Again, this is Professor Souryana Yassine from the University of Tizi Ouzou to carry on with the MOOC of academic writing. We are within week 3, sequence 1, evaluating and revising in academic writing. Today we are going to deal with part 2, which is revision. As an introduction, we can say that revision is often defined as the last stage in the writing process, which includes pre-writing, writing, and revision. Donald Murray in 1982 argues that writing is rewriting. To succeed in your academic writing, you need to first read, then reread, review, reflect, and revise. All of these steps are very important. What is revision? Revision can be defined as a sequence of changes in a composition, changes which are initiated by cues and occur continually throughout the writing of a work. Summers, 1980, page 380. It can also be defined as a process of making changes throughout the writing of draft, changes that work to make the draft congruent with the writer's changing intentions. This is what Summers says in 1982. And then we can look at it as an ongoing, recursive problem-solving process, as Berkawi points out in 2007. Revision as a writing stage. When we look at the stages of academic writing, we see that the first stage is pre-writing, then we have research, then we have drafting, and then comes revising. Before that, the final stage, which is editing and proofreading. Revision versus proofreading. It's important to make a distinction between the two because often people confuse between them. So revision includes read what you have written again, rearrange words, sentences, or paragraphs into a clear and logical order, take out or add parts, do more research if you think you should, replace overused or underused words, unclear words, read your writing aloud to be sure it flows smoothly, add transitions. While proofreading has to do with the fact of be sure all sentences are complete, correct spelling, capitalization, and punctuation, change words that are not used correctly or are unclear, make sure you are using the appropriate style formatting, that is the APA formatting, Chicago style formatting, MLA formatting, or have someone else check your work. So you have the reference for this distinction. 3, we are going to look at revision steps. Revision in academic writing is a process that involves all the aspects of the piece of writing. The main steps of revision include first, content revision, structure revision, and language revision. Start by revising content. Content revision means making sure that all the information included in your paper is accurate, complete, and comprehensible. Some strategies for revising content are: A. Correct any inaccurate quantitative data or other information. Add further information, explanations of concepts and processes. C. Delete any information that is unessential and unimportant. And D. Clarify technical terms, between brackets, what we mean by concepts. Then we have revising structure. Revising text structure involves checking your text structure on different levels. Make sure that A. There are topic sentences in all paragraphs. B. Each section has an overall structure. C. Previous section about different types of academic writing. And C. The text in fact does what it sets out to do. Demonstrates, describe, analyze, report, etc. Note, text structure depends on text type. Depending on discipline, there are different traditions, conventions, and demands on text structure and text types. Science texts, humanities texts, literary criticism, etc. 3. Revising language. Revising language involves 3 main language levels: A. Vocabulary, B. Spelling, and C. Grammar. Vocabulary. Choose the right terms and avoid wordiness. Sentences that begin with there is or there are. Let's take some examples. Wordy. There are 2 major experiments that the biology department sponsors. This sentence could be revised as the biology department sponsors 2 major experiments. We have also sentences with unnecessary modifiers. The first sentence is wordy. Two exemplary, famous, and well-known consumer advocates spoke eloquently in favor of the proposed important legislation. We can revise this sentence as two well-known consumer advocates spoke in favor of the proposed legislation, and then you have the reference. The second thing that we need to look at is vocabulary consistency. When using words, be careful to be consistent of using a specific spelling, either British or American. And here you have a table which gives you some examples of words and the way they are spelled, both using the British English and the American English. When writing, make sure you are consistent in your choices. Spelling. English spelling is very irregular. You need to use traditional or online dictionaries to avoid the spelling mistakes in your papers. Examples, we have an incorrect use. This announcement is given to have a significant effect on everyone's outlook. Indeed, the word affect is not the appropriate one, it is misspelled. Correct, this announcement is going to have a significant effect on everyone's outlook. Grammar. Respect the rules and check for appropriate structures. Let's take some examples. First, adjective form error. We have an incorrect form when we say, when I heard the news, I was very angry. The correct form is, when I heard the news, I was very angry. So the rule, use the adjective form, not the noun form in this context. A second example has to do with articles and uncountable noun mistakes. We have an incorrect structure. I have a brown skin. Correct, I have brown skin. The rule says don't use an article with uncountable nouns like skin. An example of a paragraph revision is provided to you following this link and using the Grammarly site. So here we have the original draft paragraph. Take few moments to read this paragraph and to look at all the inconsistencies it contains. After that, we are going to look at the way it has been revised. So the revised paragraph goes this way. You have some aspects which are highlighted, looking at the different parts of the revision which took place within this paragraph. And then we have some explanations. In these explanations, we find that the original topic sentence did not accurately reflect what the paragraph was about. It suggested that the paragraph would be a comparison between Cheerios and Frosted Flakes, but only discussed the benefits of Cheerios without mentioning the Frosted Flakes at all. Second, the original phrasing was too long and easily replaced with something shorter. For parallelism, there is deleted, so original flavor matches the same construction as the other items in the series. 4, words like really or very are often unnecessary. 5, the entire sentence is unnecessary. 6, the original sentence copied the same structure as the one before it, so we changed the structure. 7, we revised this sentence to remove the passive voice. 8, the word delicious appeared a few sentences before this. 9, this sentence seemed out of order, so we moved it earlier. 10, the usage of your was grammatically incorrect. So when you look at these explanations, you go back to the original paragraph and to the revised paragraph in order to really see how revision works. As a concluding note, it is relevant to remember that successful writing goes through stages such as revision, getting the content and the structure right, editing, making each sentence flow and choosing the right words, proofreading, checking out grammar and spelling and punctuation. You can use some software to revise, edit, and proofread your paper. Here you have a list of references which is going to help you know more about the revision process in writing academic pieces of writing. And then thank you very much for your attention.